Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. So excited about this week because I have a lot of things planned. I also get my vaccination shot on Wednesday. So we'll see how all that turns out. Not nervous, not scared, not anything. I don't even care. It's a shot. I don't like people pricking me in the arm though. That being said, I'm just going to do as many things this week as I can because, you know, if I get an adverse reaction, super fun. What I want to talk about today, I want to dive into the gut health a little bit more. I know it's April. We're talking affirmations this month as well. But you've seen I've done a lot of posts, questions, your gut health, bloating, who gets what, how do you know it's healthy, how do you know it's unhealthy, what can we do, what can you do to make a difference? So I found first and foremost, especially if you have IBS, inflammatory bowel, Crohn's, any of those lists of things that tends to happen when you have high stress, anxiety, and whatever. So one of the first things that you have to look at is what activates the stomach and what are the things that kind of like make it worse. Stress, obviously, is that key factor. And good morning, everyone who's ever popping on. Thank you. Say hello, hit the like button, send me some love, all that fun things. So I'm going to dive into what you can do to help with the stress and the bloating. But I know we have a lot of new members here, so I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Penny Hounsome. As you know, I'm a health coach. I've had 25 years of experience in the fitness industry, training, coaching, yoga. I teach both Ashtanga and Yin, nutrition consulting, life coaching, NCCP coaching, all of it. I've put together programs specific for women with to heal trauma. Men as well. I do work with men as well. Actually, oddly enough, 65% of my clients in training are men. But when you're looking at healing past traumas, you have to look at the mental, the physical, the emotional to get a healthy body. And I am a huge proponent of gut health and decreasing the stress and putting it all together because you can't be successful doing one or the other or two of. It's all three. That's the reality. So when I first started this journey, close to 30 years ago, trying to find out what it was that activated my body and the stress, or my IBS and my inflammatory bowel was stress. So one of the first things that I did was actually restorative yoga. Now, I personally found it back then to be very boring. Very, very boring. So I did Ashtanga yoga, which is fine because it still connected my body with the breath. So if you're not sure, I mean, you guys see on Friday mornings now I'm doing a live yoga, but they're also up on my YouTube channel. So you can check out the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, please and thank you. But start with meditating, start with yoga in order to bring your stress levels down, because when you're stressed out and your anxiety goes up, so do the chemicals in your body. When those go up, it affects your gut, which affects the pain, which affects the bloating. We're going to get into other foods and everything in a second. But in reality is like if your stressors are so high, you first need to bring them down in order to decrease what's going on in your gut. You know, like I've talked about before, the connection between your gut and your brain, the vagus nerve that connects everything, you're only mentally as healthy as your gut. And I've had this, and I'm going to use this as an example. For those of some of you know, I am working with Anuka Health. They're an online company who works with people with osteoarthritis and arthritis and that sort of thing. And I'm their online health coach. We're doing beta testing right now. Having a conversation over the weekend with a woman who is severely obese. She lives in the US. Her theories and thoughts about what's healthy for her gut are not right. She's defiant in what she wants to do. You know, like I'm only here to give advice and to help people get the maximum that they can. What you choose to do with that advice is something else. So it's really frustrated me all weekend because she was looking to pick a fight because she didn't like the answers I gave her about what to do for her gut health. And, you know, cutting out nightshades, which is where we're going to go into, and cutting out Red Bull and cutting out the coffee with the syrup and cutting out the sugar. And she didn't like that answer. So it was kind of like a bit of a, she tried to start a pissing contest with me on Sunday, and I wasn't having any part of it. So, which is why I'm doing this video this morning, and posted the affirmations that I would normally do, because I was really just irritated. And as a health professional, and I don't know all the information, I know a lot of information, and nobody knows everything. I'm a constant sponge learning everything that I can. I will always only bring you guys the best of best information that I ever find. And again, it's just, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just offering advice. So hence the video this morning and my little rant. That was my little rant. I'm done. So first and foremost, the thing you want to look at when you're looking at your gut health is diminishing your stress. In order to do that, this is why I talk about meditation, restorative yoga. So for some people, doing a full Ashtanga or yin, or sorry, not yin, but Iyengar, or Kapula, or Mashka, which is really quite intense, might not be what your body requires. So even though in your head you're like, I want to do the super cool stuff that we see on Instagram, great, but the problem is your body isn't there yet. So your body requires something a little bit more toned down, which is why the yin yoga is so great, and why I do those sessions, because it really helps you connect with your breath, connect with your body, and allow yourself to relax and allow your body to rest. And that's kind of the whole point when you're healing your body from trauma and stress and anxiety and depression and PTSD and all of these things. So there's time when you heal to do all the cool fun things. And if you want to stand in your head, do it. I don't recommend it for most people. I don't even teach a headstand in yoga, actually. I've only ever done it twice to get my certification. That was it. I've never done it since. I don't feel the need. Moving on to other things that bloat. So this is one of the things, nobody likes to hear this, but it's really kind of, you need to start eliminating things. Usually the fun, super cool, fun things that come in a package. These things tend to bloat your belly. So generally it's nightshades. So eggplant, mushrooms, like it's a fungi, peppers, tomatoes, all the really fun stuff. Potatoes, squash, starchy carbs, which is your peas, your corn, the rest of the squashes, if I missed whatever. So these are the kind of things that you want to look at first and foremost. So in order to figure out what makes you bloat, because everybody's gut health is going to be slightly different, it's really about pulling things out one at a time, not all of those things, because otherwise you're never going to know. Or you can pull them all out and then systematically once a week add something back in, right? And then you're going to see things like chickpeas, legumes, all of those things, great for carbs and proteins, but they do create gas and they do create bloating in the gut, which can then be painful. So a pre-digestive enzyme would be very, very helpful in order to cut that down. The other thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is, you're cutting these things out, you're actually actively healing the internal wall lining of the large intestinal tract. So I've talked about this before. Adding in things like your collagen. I don't even have mine. Today I'm taking my Juice Plus capsules and my magnesium and a copper, because that's just my regimen today. That's all I got. Just got 5. Normally I have like, I don't know, a handful. It's crazy. What was I saying? Oh my God, I lost track. The collagen, which is really great for your intestinal tract. It's great for your bones. It's great for your skin, eyes, nails, everything. I've actually lost all the ridges on my nails. Like, you know, when you get older and you look at your nails and you're like, why is it all ridgy? That's gone. Like, mine are gone. All my little white dots, which, and if you've white dots on your nails, it's like because you're missing an essential mineral or something. So you're deficient in something. Mine are all gone. My nails are super strong now, actually. So cool. So those are things that you can add in. The other is then the micronized L-Glutamine. I've talked about this before. So you want the micronized, because if you do have IBS, inflammatory bowel, high stress, you usually have leaky gut. Leaky gut, I talked about this before, is like little pinprick holes inside your intestinal tract. I know it sounds gross, but it's true. And then all the food particles fly out of that into your bloodstream, and that flies from your bloodstream into your joints, which creates an inflammation, and then that creates pain. Things to do. So the micronized L-Glutamine is something that you can add in. It's just you pop it into your water, stir it up, drink it. Doesn't taste like anything. Tastes totally fine. To heal the internal wall lining of your gut, I took, it was probably a good 18 months for me to really overcome all of mine when I really started to get serious about it. It's a long process. I suggest doing it in bits and parts. Other things that create gas, bloating, and pain in your gut and unhealthy is, of course, anything that's bubbly, syrupy, sugary. I know. I'm just the fun taker today. Probably because I'm really annoyed about this other conversation that I had. So brutal. But it's less, so one of the first things you want to do is take out the obvious sugars. And it's, again, systematic. It's not all at one time. When you have a very unstable gut health, it's going to then be a bit of a problem, because whatever you change, your body's so used to being over here that you think that it's fine. And when you make that change to be better, you're going to either have diarrhea or more bloating or more pain. Well, it sort of works itself out. And that can go on for 2 weeks. The hard part is getting through that 2 weeks of the diarrhea or constipation or in combination of or whatever. So I would suggest starting with meditation and the yoga. For real. Allow the body to calm down. Allow your nervous system to get into a calming state first, and then we start taking out the nightshades, and then you can start taking out the sugars, and then you can start adding in the L-Glutamine, and then you can add. See what I mean? Like it's systematic, like every couple of weeks. So it's not something you're going to do by Friday. That's just not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. So slowly keep notes. Write your journal down, what works, what doesn't. Everybody's body's going to be affected slightly differently. I talked about this before about writing everything down. Keep your journals, keep your food logs. And if you have questions, guys, pop them into this underneath this video, and I will hopefully answer them. So it's going to be a busy week for me. I will try to stay with the videos. I'm setting up a membership site. So that's new and exciting for me. I spent this whole weekend reading an abundance of information to open up and get organized to open up a membership site, different levels and different tiers, so that people who require my help, can't afford one-on-one coaching, there will be something there for everybody and tons of information. And I'm really actually quite stoked about it. So should be fun. Guys, on that note, like I say, hit the love button, hit the like button, have a comment below. Do it. If you've got a question about your gut health, how to or what to do, I have links. Not my own meditations, but links. I always say this wrong. Binaural beats. They have ones that are sound waves, and they're really quite amazing. And they help heal you on a cellular level. So if you're looking for that link, let me know, and I will send that to you from YouTube. Guys, on that note, have a great Monday. That's it. Enjoy the rain, because it's going to rain for 5 freaking days. Guys, we'll see you on Wednesday.